Good evening. This is Nigeria Insight. I'm Daniel. Tonight we bring you a developing and highly sensitive story involving one of Nigeria's most prominent legal figures. Former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mallam Abubakar Malami, is facing a fresh and serious investigation by the Department of State Services, the DSS, after weapons and ammunition were discovered at his residence. Details, implications, and expert reactions coming up in this special report. The news first broke earlier today as law enforcement sources confirmed that during a search of Mallam Abubakar Malami's country home in Birnin Kebbi State, operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, uncovered a cache of weapons and ammunition, the Nation newspaper. While the EFCC has statutory authority to investigate financial crimes, it does not have constitutional powers to probe unlawful possession of firearms. As a result, the discovered weapons were formally handed over to the Department of State Services, Nigeria's primary domestic intelligence agency, for further and deeper investigation, Nairaland. Officials have not yet disclosed the exact number or type of weapons recovered, but security sources indicate that the cache was significant enough to warrant a full DSS probe. The development has raised intense public interest and speculation, given Malami's high profile as a former federal attorney general and his ongoing legal battles. Freedom Square TV. To understand how this unfolded, we go back to recent legal proceedings involving Malami. Late last week, the Federal High Court in Abuja granted bail to Malami, his wife, and his son in an ongoing fraud and money laundering trial. The bail was set in the sum of 500 million naira with stringent conditions attached. The Street Journal. Despite the bail grant, Malami remains in custody at the Kuje Correctional Center. Sources familiar with the matter say he has yet to perfect the bail terms, a development some observers say is tied to the new investigation into the arms discovery. Daily Times Nigeria. Security insiders suggest that Malami's legal team may be deliberately slowing down the bail finalization process to avoid immediate arrest or invitation by the DSS once he is released. According to these sources, DSS operatives were positioned around the correctional facility with the expectation that they may invite or apprehend him for questioning in connection with the arms probe. Freedom Square TV. DSS officers have reportedly been stationed within and around Kuje Custodial Center, awaiting developments. However, authorities stress that law enforcement must proceed in strict accordance with due process. No official DSS statement has been issued yet. Freedom Square TV. There has also been widespread misinformation circulating on social media, including unverified video clips claiming that Malami had been released and welcomed back in Kebbi State by supporters. However, EFCC officials have debunked these clips, affirming that he remains in custody as of this evening, the Nation newspaper. Sources within law enforcement have indicated that the investigation into Malami's tenure and alleged activities has been ongoing for years, predating the current EFCC leadership. It reportedly began during the tenure of a previous acting EFCC chairman and has continued through subsequent leadership transitions. Freedom Square TV. Legal analysts say this case raises significant questions about accountability, the rule of law, and the intersection of political power and security enforcement. Human rights advocates are also watching closely, emphasizing the need for transparent procedures and respect for constitutional rights throughout the investigation. We reached out to legal experts for comment. Experts say the discovery of weapons in Mallam Abubakar Malami's residence does not automatically mean guilt. Investigators must prove that he knew about the weapons, had control over them, and that they were illegally possessed. Security analysts note that DSS involvement points to possible national security concerns, not just criminal violations. Legal experts also stress that although Malami is a former attorney general, he enjoys no special immunity and must face the law like any other citizen, with due process fully respected. Meanwhile, the Federal High Court has also ordered the temporary forfeiture of dozens of properties allegedly linked to Malami and his family, said to be worth hundreds of billions of naira. That proceeding is ongoing, with interested parties given a window to provide lawful proof of ownership. Freedom Square TV. As this story continues to develop, our reporting team will bring you verified updates, official statements, and comprehensive analysis. Up next, a breakdown of the legal framework surrounding unlawful firearms possession in Nigeria and what penalties may apply if charges are formally brought. This is Nigeria Insight. Stay with us for continuing coverage of this and other major national stories. Comment what you think, like and subscribe. I'm Daniel. Good night.